Let's start with that. What happened on December 15th that caused a criminal charge to be filed?
So after seeing everything, and this had started, so I had a long history. So on that day, it became a little more clear on the pattern during the council meeting.
On the 15th?
Yes, on the 15th, during the council meeting, they were disputing closing some green alleys, which Ms. Amos and Mr. Craig share one of these alleys that was up for debate to be closed.
Okay.
During the meeting, Mr. Craig made a comment that if you close this alley, this isn't quoting, but it's pretty close. If you close this alley, you're going to have to put in your own driveway, and I'm going to put up barricades. That is the type of comments that over part of the pattern is all these comments that add up between Facebook and some of the things he's driven by her house and said. And I can go down a list of things I have witnesses for and things that I have are circumstantial that if you look at them, could Mr. Craig have done it? Yes. Can I prove it? No. But I went to a training at the Attorney General's office, and they talked about these very cases, and this was kind of along the lines of exactly what they said, the worry of these cases progressing and turning violent. So
threats of violence,
actual threats of violence, no.
Okay. Any acts of violence?
There have been, not necessarily with Ms. Amos, but with her children, there have been things that have been a little more aggressive.
Okay. Any acts of violence against the alleged victim, Chief?
Acts of violence, no.
Okay. And on the 12th, the alleged criminal conduct is saying if you close an alley, I will put up a barricade.
Yes. I'm looking at the distress he has caused her over all these years, not necessarily threats of violence, but the mental distress.
And this is in the context of a public meeting where Ms. Amos is an elected official.
Yes.
Okay. What else did he do? Allegedly.
I can go through over the time. He's taken video of her multiple times while she's mowing. And again, if you look at these as single incidences, a lot of times in law enforcement even, we don't put these all together and we just do a simple minor complaint, and then these things end up, you put them all together and they blow up. So I don't want anything to escalate. We do have video of him while he's mowing actually blowing grass and debris at her vehicles. Ms. Amos has had to install cameras just because of some of these incidences that she's been afraid of Mr. Craig.
When was the grass mowing incident?
I don't have an exact date in my notes here for that. I have a video of that.
Within the last few months?
Let me see. She may have a date in her notes. It might take me a second to find it. I didn't write dates down in my notes either. I know all these have been in the last 2 years.
Years?
Yes. It's a long list. I'll start from the beginning here. It's 11 pages. Can I ask Ms. Amos if she can give me a general time?
Sure.
Are you, when he was blowing grass and you have the video?
Yes. Yes.
Do you know about when that was?
The video actually shows him pulling up.
Do you know about when that was?
From 17 on, and that just happened this past summer on my new car.
This summer. So it was this summer the video is from. That we do have that video.
Okay.
Yelling at her while she's outside with her dog. He would drive by and growl at her dog, and she actually ended up having the Humane Society called and came to check on the dog, and they were completely unfounded from what I'm being told. I haven't talked to them yet. Every time there's a car, someone visiting Miss Amos, I received multiple complaints from Mr. Craig that there's a car parked in the green alley. I've told him several times that we can't really do much because I don't exactly know where the alley is, and if it's not being totally blocked, it's really not an issue we're going to deal with, yet we get constant calls. hoping we're going to go out and deal with it. That was one of those other things I learned in my class, that sometimes they'll use law enforcement to actually harass someone. For a while, she had the dog outside. He would drive by or walk by just trying to get the dog to bark. I think I covered that. He drove by one day with somebody else in the car, and he yelled at her, crazy old lady. After he would call us, and one of our officers would show up for a car parked in the alley, he would drive by laughing at her. That's kind of my list of things she can testify to, and then I have a lot of other circumstantial things.
Things that cannot be factually attributed to Mr. Pratt.
Not this time, no.
Okay. I appreciate that, Chief. Thank you. The same as